Baseball is 90% mental and the other half is physical. That was said by baseball great Yogi Berra. Oriole Park at Camden Yards was the first retro classic ballpark when it was created in 1992. Many thereafter have followed in the footsteps, which we will touch on a little later. When I was 6 years old in 2000, I attended my first Oriole game at Camden Yards. This was 8 years into the stadium being built, and being from New Jersey, I grew up a Yankee fan. After stepping foot in the stadium for the first time, I instantly fell in love. I'll be talking about Camden Yards starting this retro classic stadium phenomena, how they changed the game of baseball, and lastly, a few of my favorite things at Camden Yards and what they have to offer. My first main point will talk about how Oriole Park at Camden Yards was a stepping stone for a new generation of stadiums. In 1992, they built the first retro classic ballpark. This is when many stadiums were trying to build modern stadiums to attract a different kind of fan base. The Baltimore Orioles and the Camden Yards Foundation felt that they needed to stick to their guns and create a retro classic ballpark because that's what the fans wanted. And boy, they were right. If you go to the second slide in my PowerPoint, you'll see in the top left is Globe Life Park, home of the Texas Rangers. That was the first ballpark to follow in the footsteps of Camden Yards. The second image to your right in the top is Coors Field, home of the Colorado Rockies in Denver, Colorado. This was another stadium to follow in the footsteps of Camden Yards. And the big picture in the bottom is AT&T Park, home of the San Francisco Giants. That is a very iconic picture right there because it is the first retro classic ballpark to be built on the water. This change in the stadium was something that was a great addition to the game of baseball. All these stadiums were being built modern, but Camden Yards really felt that they should stick to the basics, stick to what they knew best. Having to update the infrastructure in the stadium is something that is very important for the stadiums. So they had to rebuild the stadium, but they felt that they should keep the same feel and the same iconic images from the old stadium. My second point is how it changed baseball. This year, the Orioles will be celebrating their 25th anniversary in Camden Yards. This 25th anniversary has also come with the end of retro classic ballpark phase. If you all recall, the most recent stadium to be finished was the Miami Marlins Stadium. And this really changed baseball because it is a very modern stadium. And that is what a lot of people call the end of this retro classic phase. Camden Yards has been home to many college baseball games, many concerts, and most importantly, the Baltimore Orioles for over 25 years. That is why Camden Yards is undoubtedly the best thing that has been happened to baseball in a very long time. My last point is to touch on a few things that are at the stadium and a few things that I think are my favorite. In right field, you'll see the picture in my last slide will be a warehouse. This warehouse is the longest warehouse on the East Coast. It provides office space, banquet facilities, and the central kitchen for the ballpark. This warehouse is separated by a 60-foot promenade that is Utah Street. Utah Street is one of my favorite things at the stadium. Along with just being the extension of Utah Street in downtown Baltimore, it is an entrance and it spans from right field all the way to center field. It is home to concessions, stores, ticket booths, and a promenade where you can watch from right field right over the scoreboard. During the walk, you can look down at your feet and you will see plaques in the concrete walkway. These plaques represent all the home runs that have reached Utah Street. There are 57 plaques along the street that represent 39 different players. This is undoubtedly my favorite thing about the stadium, walking and seeing the history that has happened right in our footsteps. Bud Selig, he's the previous MLB commissioner and he once said, "Building Camden Yards was one of the most important things that has ever happened to baseball." Go O's!